Endurance. Let's give us an endurance boost. Level anything else up? Suggestion? No. So that is done now. Closing the trash. Read the watermarks. Inspect victim's body. Whoa. Now I've got more endurance. Can I at least move the dead body so that kid stops throwing bloody rocks at me?
There he still is, looking right
I got more endurance,
with
didn't
his
I?
white eyes. There he still is, looking right. Ha ha ha! Again, the corpse laughs at you, pus dripping from its mouth. You will never be able to hold it in. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. The lieutenant is clearly at a loss.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point to upgrade your endurance. Gain new skill points by exploring and completing side tasks.
Maybe it's okay if you don't make it today. The dead man isn't going anywhere, and there's always other things to do. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not...
the pry useful for opening all sorts. The handle, you can do good work. It's robust, lets you see things. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator. The smell of freshly treated leather. I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl, like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
A note of pride on the lieutenant's
Around the
face.
borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see.
There's a ledger for
Right
rats.
here.
What's that? It says its finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice.
No, it does not.
The shimmering street grid.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Look at the perforations.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I'm drunk like a megastar. I walk the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Probably some boring officer job. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time.
Cool. I'm glad you joined us. Not a lot of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a superstar cop. Used to be good, that's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? Ever re-become this person?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a
For an
killer.
RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Obviously, the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes,
He says, declining to elaborate. Do you have
everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
It gives you a meaningful life.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Well,
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
maybe I should.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Thanks for
The
this.
lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Nice. I'm awesome. That's what that means. That is a sign of me being awesome.
Inside, you see a set of steering
Yeah, I
a
know.
radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. As you tap on,
No. That's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Fair.
the frequency tableau lights up, and the soft purr
Precinct 57. Hello, Elliot.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
Would you unhold the static crackling softly like a bonfire? After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. There's a rattly voice.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-18. State your message,
I
sir.
need to report my badge missing. I'm in dire need of financial assistance. This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
Is it him? What does he want?
he says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
All right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
If you grant me more money, please, I'm begging you here. Okay, I heard it.
Anything else, sir? Over.
This might sound odd, but there's personal details.
10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. You cover that? Over.
Of course, my badge. I can look at my badge. Side.
10-4, anything else for you, sir? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Need you to connect me to a civilian.
What is the number, officer?
Didn't Garte give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Upping a marching rhythm on your thigh.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work. We've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags.
Oh, right.
She
Hello,
recognises you.
officer. What can I do for you?
But your job at the Whirling, why? Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Why didn't you call the police? Didn't the corpse behind you? Do you know who made that
No,
call?
sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
Does this union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
Okay.
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto police by the Dock Workers Union.
Tell me why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I see, maybe there's something else.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
You ignored the law to save your own skin.
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually.
It's a little late for tears, isn't it? Should you have used them to summon the police earlier? Okay,
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line until she almost drowns in static.
okay, next
Okay.
question. Do you know who the victim's clothes in
No,
the
I
trash?
don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse.
You know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
Quit your job at the Whirling.
Why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
What? No, why would you even think that?
Told me he asked you out, and you're saying it didn't happen. So you do agree that quitting your job just because someone asked you?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business.
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
I think I got everything
I
I
do
need.
hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Wait,
Bye.
why does she seem angry with you?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember.
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skewer thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
So you're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you,
Go on.
well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Hold on, which
We
song?
Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about that. About the song.
The hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you spin something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too.
Sounds
And
intense.
then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Okay, I get it. I was in a very
No,
good
you
time.
really weren't. You were simply the worst.
Just loosen up a little. Don't you ever party? I'm truly sorry for everything.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
When I spoke to Gart, it seemed like he thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Gar. I really do.
Didn't he cross the line
No.
when you asked him out?
I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe.
I can tell him.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
What skewer
The
thing?
bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
That sounds like me, alright. Bitch bird got what was coming to it. Why do I always end up screwing everything up?
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though.
What else did I sing besides the...
Oh, all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Maybe...
Which one would that be?
And that was really
That?
sad.
I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Sanj. Richard, that right up.
Her voice carries a tone of...
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Right, thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right? Oh, is that what it was called?
Trying hard
go
to
for it.
surprise.
Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Right, you don't want to get into this, no problem.
Nothing to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important thing.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone?
Done with the radio for now.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Close the door. Right, okay. So, I think we'll leave it there for a while. So thanks for spending time with me. Hope you've had a good time. Hope you have a marvellous time for the rest of the day. I shall see and speak to you soon. Ciao for now.